Hi guys, thanks for clicking. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to take a look at my new beginner RC car, the Arrma Vorteks. I know what you're thinking, it's not really a beginner RC car. At more than twice the price of that Maverick Quantum up there, is it really something that you should be considering if you're just getting into the hobby? The reason why I've chose this car is because a lot of people say that if a good entry level car is one by one of the big brands, this one being by Arrma or the other big brand being Traxxas. They are a lot more money, but I think for a comparison point of view, what makes it that much more money? Do you get enough to warrant the extra money over something like the Quantum? I would guess it's going to be more durable, not break as much, and by using our board up there we can keep a track on the costs, and we'll see if that ever costs the same as this. So without further ado, let's look at the car. So here is the car. This is my Arrma Vorteks. Arrived today in the post, literally an hour ago, and I'm very excited. So I wanted to get it out, get every video done, and if the rain stops, because it's horrible outside, I want to get it out and get some action shots. Now, before I go into this car, comparisons between this and the Quantum. Actually, size-wise, it's very similar. If we put them side by side, you can see that they're the same size. They're both 1/10, but they're also pretty much the same width. As Arrmas go, this has got a wider stance. It's only the wheels. They've widened the wheels so the wheels stick out further, but it's a fairly same size as this. They will both run a 3S or a 2S battery. Let's put that back up there. Motor wise, this comes with the new firmer 3200 kV motor, and the Quantum up there comes with a 3300 kV motor. So in theory that motor is a little bit faster. The Quantum doesn't say what it does out of the box. This says 60 mph plus. Now I'm guessing that's going to be with the included high-speed pinion, but we'll take it out when it's dry and do some speed runs and we'll see what it does out of the box. So talking of the box, what do you get in the box? Obviously, as you usually get the car, you get the new Spectrum DX3 controller, which is a 3-channel controller. You turn it on, you've got your steering as normal, forward and reverse and brake. You've also got the traction control, so this car will try and self-right itself. I've never used that before, I've never used anything before, but we'll give it a go and see how it goes. You also get a meter on the side here that if you're using a Spectrum Smart battery, tells you how much power you've got left in the battery, which is quite a useful thing. There's also an app for this. On the box it tells you to download the app. I believe you have to put a buy extra and put a Bluetooth sensor into this controller for it to work. But it looks quite cool. It shows you all the top speeds and things like that, but I have to look into that. I say I've only just got it, I've just unboxed it. Also in the box you get the usual instruction book. This instruction book has got quite a lot of pages. It's lots of different languages, but it's got pretty much all you need to know. It's actually quite useful for an instruction book. I'm not a big fan of instruction books. Normally they just sort of tell you how to turn it on, but this one's not too bad. You also get a technical, let's open this up, technical thing, shows you how to take apart some of the modules and change spur gears and pinions. And it also gives you an exploded diagram of all the parts and all the part numbers. That's also available on the website, but it's quite handy to have. You also get a little bag. In there we get a speed pinion. As well as the speed pinion, you get some little plastic spacers for the shock absorbers, a little Allen key for changing the pinion, and a quite coolest I've seen, spanner for taking the wheels off. There's actually metal, and it's got lots of other bits on it. I'm not quite sure what they're all for, but we'll find out at some point. Again, before I actually get into the car, I've actually bought the Smart Technology Spectrum battery and charger. It's a 3-cell LiPo 5000 mAh 50C battery, and a little smart mini charger. Now this is quite expensive. This is £100 for the two. But if you think about the battery and the charger I bought for the Quantum, I paid £36 for the battery, sorry, £36 for the charger, £39 for the battery, so that's £75. This was £99, so for an extra £25 you get this system. The pluses of this system are the charger is very small. It's a tiny little thing. You plug the battery in, you plug the power into it, but you plug the battery in, plug the balance lead in, and you leave it. It starts charging on its own. There's a chip in the battery, and that chip knows exactly how to charge it. You can mess around with the sensor, with the settings, but it will automatically charge itself. After 5 seconds it just starts charging, and when it's finished it stops. Very, very easy. And according to the information that came in this box, the smart battery, once you've not used it for about a day or 72 hours, it will automatically discharge itself using the microchip to storage charge, which again saves you a lot of messing around. I'll have to do a test on that and see if that actually does work. I know you can buy a card, buy £55, and you can adjust how long it waits before it starts discharging. I think 72 hours is perhaps a little bit too long, but again, I'll perhaps look into one of those at some point. But anyway, moving on to the car. This is the car. As you see, I went for the green one, big fan of green. And it looks nice. It actually looks a lot nicer than it does in the picture. When I saw the picture I thought, it's not the greatest looking car, but as it's the new one out, I thought I'd get this rather than get a Granite or something like that. There's a bit older technology, and I actually like it. The shape of it's good. It comes with the anti-scratch bars on the roof, so if you flip it on its roof, that should protect your shell a little bit, which is another good thing. This spoiler feels pretty stiff. Hopefully that'll hold up better than the spoiler did on the Quantum. And as usual, you get your little clips with the rubber bits so you don't lose them. Wheels and tyres are big, chunky. As you can see, they're offset, so there's actually the wheel that's offset. It hasn't got the longer arms like a Typhon or a Big Rock. It's actually the wheels they've offset to give it that slightly wider stance. You've got a wheelie bar on the back. That's about it from the outside. Shock absorbers, unlike the Quantum, there's no bouncing there, and they feel lovely. So already that extra money is getting you some better shock absorbers, that we can be sure of. Okay, let's have a look under the hood. So take the shell off. The shell feels quite solid. This Quantum shell is very flimsy plastic. This one feels a bit more solid, so hopefully that'll take a few more back. This feels much better made than that. So again, that's another plus. Now, moving inside the car, we've got all the new Spectrum technology. So you've got my smart battery. The good thing with this as well is this 3-cell battery fits into this as standard without you having to take the little bracket out that's there. If you want to get a normal 3-cell battery or the one I bought for the Quantum, you'd have to take that out to fit it in. So that's another plus, is it fits directly inside the car. You've got the shock absorbers, same as you get on, like you used to get on the Big Rock and on the Typhon and all the rest of them. Apparently they don't leak anymore, but we'll see. I've never had one, so I don't know what the leaking was like before, but we will see. You've got your motor with your little fan, and you've got the new smart ESC. You can buy a card to plug into this so you can program it, which again would be useful, but I say buy, you've got to buy it. And other than that, it's all the standard Arrma stuff. It's the sort of the 3BLX chassis. You've got the prop shaft that's sprung loaded. It's all modular, so you can take it apart and take all the modules out. I'll probably do that at some point just to have a look at how it works. You've got a steel geared steering servo according to the box. How high torque, but it is hard torque. It's waterproof apparently, and we get all metal gears, all bearings, all the stuff you'd expect really for a car made by this company at this price point. It looks, I've got to be honest, much better than the Quantum. It looks like it's made for the job. It's very heavy, and it just looks like it's going to be a better car, but we will see. Underneath looks very much similar to everything else really. It's plastic, but again, very good. You can get a lot of parts for these cars. You can buy obviously your spare parts, being a main brand. Spare parts are available anywhere. You can buy hop-up parts for them from the likes of RPM, GPM, just bash it, all of the people, and you can buy skins that go on the bottom here. A lot more customization for the money. But other than that, it's the same size as that. It's just twice the price. So all that really remains is to get it out and give it a go. I say, if the rain holds off, I'll take it out, probably take it out to the woods. I won't do a speed test because it's wet outside, so we won't be able to do any speed testing anyway, really not reliably. But yeah, I'll take this out into the woods,